want every side to come together to attempt to take down the 100 side.
Man, they got to understand.
We want all the smoke.
We go off the content.
Three, two, one. Hey there, welcome back to the channel where we keep it real. No capping. I'm your host, bringing you nothing but straight fire and authenticity. Today, we're diving into 12 rooms that I got to promote. The 100 ENT showroom, hosted by Big Wack100. The Beehive room. Love and R&B room, hosted by the queen of the 100 side, R&B. No room for the weak. No mercy room. Spin the block room. 100 ENT Jailbreak Squad room. 100 ENT Solve room. Petty Betty and Toxic Tanya room. Dangerous Minds room, hosted by Beast. Good Burger, hosted by Pitbull. Sleepless in LA, and many more. If you want to get closer or you want to be a part of the show, go to Clubhouse, follow one of these rooms, or you look for a room titled with Wack100. These particular videos all made possible by the one and only Wack100. Get ready to vibe with me as we explore the hardest topics that need some real recognition in the streets. Let's jump right into it and show some love to this channel by hitting the like and or subscribe button. So, without further ado, hold it down. One mic on Wack.
Or you go.
That's
if
on
I'm
you
telling
at
you,
that point.
listen. If I'm telling you, touch me.
I'm surprised
I'm
his
giving you
family
fair
didn't
warning.
come up with a GoFundMe, because ain't 10% of $1 million.
No, he did.
Oh,
No, he
They
did.
deleted his
He did.
GoFundMe.
Sometimes you don't even
The
get
Carmelo.
You
They
lying?
deleted
Yes, I tried to find it. They deleted it.
Carmelo's GoFundMe?
Yes.
Because I'll go donate to that
lying.
right now. I ain't gonna lie.
No, it was our. Listen, he had a whole bunch of
All you need is
donations
10%.
already.
Well, what happened to the funds?
Listen,
Because they deleted it.
I wonder if they delete. Let's look at it. Let's look that up. Did they delete Carmelo's GoFundMe?
Can you tell me a little bit more about Austin, about, his personality?
Austin was a leader. He led the football team. He was voted team MVP by his players and coaches.
What was his position?
He played linebacker. Him and his brother both play linebacker. He played inside, his brother plays outside. We were so fortunate this past weekend that me, Hunter, and Austin, we grew up hunting together, and we had matter of fact, the ranch we own, the lease was not renewed, so we could never hunt there again. And we went there for the last weekend. And he said, "Dad, I've never shot a pig before. I want to get a pig this weekend." I said, "Okay." Lord and behold, it's a heck of a story, but he shot his first pig this weekend. And we all talked, me, him, and Hunter both, we all talked about, these are memories that you take forever. After I'm gone, you can tell your kids about, well, your grandfather and we were hunting and we stalked and it took 2 hours, but we got this. I got my first pig, and he was so excited. And I'm so fortunate to be able to spend that weekend, not knowing it was the last weekend I'll ever spend with him.
And he also was on the track and field team?
Also was, football was his pride and joy.
Yeah.
He was working on track to increase his speed. Matter of fact, he's already dropped this 40 times. He was telling me about how he's dropped it. He's going to drop it some more. And he was an amazing, dedicated athlete. And by the outpouring of his friends and family that showed up immediately at the hospital, goes to show how he impacted other people's lives.
And what did that mean to you to know that your son did?
Family that showed up immediately. Also was, football was his pride and joy.
Yeah.
He was excited. And I'm so fortunate to be able to spend that weekend, not knowing it was the last weekend I'll ever spend with him.
And he also was on the track and field team?
Also was, football was his pride and joy.
Yeah.
He was working on track to increase his speed. Matter of fact, he's already dropped this 40 times. He was telling me about how he's dropped it. He's going to drop it some more. And he was an amazing, dedicated athlete. And by the outpouring of his friends and family that showed up immediately at the hospital, goes to show how he impacted other people's lives.
And what did that mean to you to know that your son did that?
Well, for me, I was diagnosed with cancer 9 years ago, and I was not supposed to live. And God blessed me because he knew I needed to be a father for these 2 boys. My 2 boys is what my life lived. I lived my life for my children. That was my why to keep fighting, and I'm cancer free. So God had a plan for me. So I was able to watch and be blessed so much. But having both my sons are amazing. My other son is just crushed. And I feel for him now, and he'll never be the same. None of us will. Grief, we all go through it, but the thing about grief is you don't get over it. You just learn to live with it. So, I don't have a choice other than to carry on. Now I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure Austin's never forgotten. I'm sure he won't be. He's touched a lot of people's lives. He was a great individual, a leader, an athlete, very smart, 4.0. I couldn't ask for a better son. 2 of them. I couldn't ask. They were my whole life. And for it to be taken away so senselessly, when this guy was just sitting in the wrong spot and they asked him to move, and he winds up stabbing my son in the heart and killing him. It's unfortunate, but he's gonna have to answer to those consequences. They have no contact with this person ever before. I can tell you what happened. I know firsthand. I wasn't there, but I talked to my son.
Yeah, what is
everything. I know exactly how it all transpired. It was a multi-Frisco High School track meet. Yep. Many high schools were there. It started to rain, and they have their own little tent for memorial, and they were sitting there, and someone was behind them mouthing off, and he turned around and said, "Who are you?" And he said, "I'm Mello." He said, "Well, you don't belong here. You don't go to memorial." He had a Centennial tracksuit on, and he said, "You need to leave. This ain't your spot." And some words were discussed. I'm not going to say on camera but he asked him to leave and basically said, "Make me." And then he wound up stabbing him in the heart and killing him. All over someone sitting in the wrong spot at a track meet. Now, I don't blame his parents. I don't blame him. But they all will suffer too. I feel for their family, because now their son will probably wind up in prison and learn that he...
Hey, man, hold on, man. Yo, see, when y'all running content, and I muted that shit, and y'all hear me say some dumbass shit like that, y'all gotta stop. And y'all gotta elaborate on what this nigga's saying. This nigga's saying that his son never did nothing. That his son died over where somebody's supposed to be sitting or standing. He never did nothing. No, your son went over there and approached this young man, whoever the this young man may be, and tried to push a line on him about what he couldn't be. And from that, it escalated and it went to where it went. I don't know, maybe his son was bigger than him. Maybe he felt threatened and he stabbed him in the chest. So
it was not one, it was 2 of them. That's the crazy part.
We went over that, but why I rewinded it, because remember she asked him, she was like, "So was your son a part of the track?" He was like, "No, my son was a football player, but he wanted to, try to do track to help him run out. So he was not a part of the team at all."
I mean, I don't give about what he was part of. You walk up on a man with a aggression, correct, you better expect some shit to come back.
Right. And there was 2 of them, Wack. So Carmelo is like, I think he's like 5'6". The twins are 6 foot something, 200 pounds each. Whopping. And so they antagonized him. They took his phone. They smashed his phone. And then Carmelo said, "Leave me alone." Yeah, but this dude is sitting here painting the picture like, oh, he just, nah, nigga.
Like they upstanding
people. They went over there with him. Right. I'm pretty sure they got staff that's gonna supervise who sit where. Mm-hmm. You should have went to them. You went over there, pressed the line. I don't know what's the nationality of the other dude.
The Carmelo is black and the 2 other kids are white.
Okay, so 2 white dudes walk up on the black dude. They pressing him. All right, something had to be said. Something. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, "Hey man, we need this space for our team."
And then what they're also missing again, it was raining, Wack, right? So that's why he was under the tent in the first place. It was raining down.
I wouldn't give a what he was doing. Period. I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't give and say green section for midgets. If my ass is sitting down for whatever reason, I'm sitting down. Nigga, don't come over there for me. Go get whoever the people is or whatever that is to come. That's their job. You come over there with me as if you gonna make me or force me. I'm not gonna move just because of how you coming.
No, for real.
Yeah, straight up. I tell people sometimes, hey, look, man, don't insert yourself in the bro.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Hey, man, what they got to do with me? Man, them people, go, look, you see them people over there? Go tell them people and then let them do their job. I'm over here. I wish I would go over there somebody about where they sitting. That's crazy. Thanks, baby. That don't even make sense at all. It just makes no sense, 0 sense. And this dude sitting here, oh, I don't know why it happened. They didn't do anything.
They were great people. Like, what the?
Them two people went over there in a threatening manner at that young man. There it went. The young man shouldn't get nothing but a manslaughter.
They got him $1 million bond bill
For murder.
Yeah.
So he only stabbed one of them.
Yeah.
Correct.
The other one got sense enough to run, get the away.
He was holding his brother while his brother was lying dead on the ground.
So he was perpetrating because it was two of them.
Yes, because they're twins, correct, and they both were harassing the young black guy.
So why, when he stabbed him, he didn't get off? Why he didn't? What's the?
Yeah, they didn't say he got off.
And the story had said he had stabbed the one, ran away, and then he had run into the police, and then he had told them the whole story.
Oh, yeah. Shit right there.
And then he had asked, was it self-defense? Because he felt it was, and then now he just got hit with the whole
They're
thing.
trying to paint the picture and say, oh, he mustn't have a father or whatever like that. No, Carmelo has a loving family. He had a 4.0 GPA. He had a
What the
couple of
hell
rides.
that mean?
Because they're trying to paint this narrative
That's
that
usually the profile of a bully.
right.
The fact that you said you should take your son out hunting, he's a football player, he's a big dude. Yeah, that's the profile of a bully. Who told them to go tell him he had to move?
Right.
Yep, that wasn't even a place to come over there and talk to him. Like, what?
That's my whole point. They can paint the picture of the family all they want. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The more they say is really a description of the bully.
Right.
And some stories even said allegedly that one of the coaches has said that he can actually be under the tent because it was raining. So for them to feel like
This the thing that don't matter. That's not their job description.
Right.
It don't matter where he was at.
All right, have security or somebody come talk to me.
It doesn't matter.
Don't
It's
come
not
talk
your
to me,
place to go tell. This is why you have people assigned to those things. See, it's different if security of the building. Excuse me, sir. How you doing? This area has been preserved for the team. The area over there is for the spectators, right? You look, you see this nigga's working. He got his little badge or his little uniform. Okay, no problem. Man, can't no random, especially if another race walk up on them talking about what you can and can't do. They ain't going for it.
And then prior they had said they was already pushing and shoving on him. Then he had he put his hand in his back and said, if y'all touch me again, y'all gonna see what's gonna happen.
And they broke his phone too.
Yeah, that ain't good then. He shouldn't have said that. They don't need to say he said that.
Yeah, that's
More spontaneous
mm-hmm.
is more in your favor than you
Then fuck
touch me
around to find
again.
out.
That's
That's what everybody's saying. They said that could actually hurt him.
Okay.
The
Because he
warning
said
is
that.
bad work.
Ask him again.
It
I think
wouldn't
he's
have hit
doing something.
today anyway. Maybe he scheduled it for Monday, some
Like
dumb shit.
the warning
Wait,
is
wait,
bad
wait.
work.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Nigga, you can't warn no nigga you finna kill him and then kill him. You crazy?
I'm saying like he said, like he
Hey,
finna
bro,
flee already.
hey, listen, if your brain don't work right, nigga, if you can't warn a nigga, you gonna kill him.
Yeah, that's premeditated at that
Yeah,
point.
exactly. At that point, you didn't thought about it. At that
Yeah, that's
point,
why
they're
he
gonna
get hit
say,
like that.
well, why didn't you go to the police then?
Because they could have said you could have fled at that point.
Right.
Yeah,
Or they'll say, why didn't
I,
you run away or something?
I see what's going on. Yeah,
Maybe
just by
that's the reason why
saying
they
that
Approach
charge
you,
him
warning.
with murder.
if a nigga approach you and it just happened, and you shit, hey man, I was in
Yeah,
sustained
because
fear,
there's
man.
nothing you can do. Once you give a warning, there was a way you could have escaped. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's damn.
Life in that moment.
That other shit up top is crazy too. You can't beat Donald Trump with that shit you got going on up top.
So the real factor of him getting the $1 million bond and will the $1 million case and all that stuff is him just giving that warning.
I mean, it's a murder case. That's standard.
Yeah.
Most of them co-workers, some of them friends. There were 19 of them, each with a story to tell. They all took the elevator to our studio. 3 elevators, in fact. What were all these people doing here? All of them wanted to talk about their years of working for Donald Trump's golf clubs. They also all have another thing in common.
Raise your hand, how many of you are undocumented workers? And how many of you worked for the Trump organization? Raise your hand. All of you.
All of them say they worked for Mr. Trump at his various golf courses in New York and New Jersey, some for more than a decade, despite being in the United States illegally, from countries including Mexico and Guatemala. They brought with them their work uniforms and stacks of pay stubs from their former employer. Jose Juarez worked as a waiter at Trump's Westchester Golf Club for 10 years and often served Donald Trump.
He used to come and we serve him a Diet Coke out of the glass bottle into a plastic cup with ice.
Do you think he knew where you were from?
Yes, he knew I was from Mexico.
You told him?
Yes.
Do you think the president knew that you were undocumented?
I think so. This was
Right there is where he just up. Okay, first let's establish one thing. You did not work for Donald Trump. You worked for a company that was probably working tied to Donald Trump. You did not work for Donald Trump. I'm pretty sure Donald Trump himself name is probably out on the location. Donald Trump himself is not going through the hiring process, none of that. But the fact that you saying, well, did he know? Yeah, he knew I was okay about it. But did he know you were undocumented? How would he know you undocumented? If he's depending on whoever's doing this hiring and firing process to do their due diligence, how would he know? You're not gonna beat Trump with this type of shit right here. It's like I don't even know why they do shit like that. You just give him more leverage. Straight up. That's like me saying right now, okay, well, were you on the 100s? Yeah. Did Wack ever pull you on stage? Yeah. Did he know you were undocumented? How the I know? You know what I'm saying? I know. Shit, we got some instances around this. We didn't know a transgender was a transgender. It was one on Herm stage. Nigga, didn't nobody know. I wouldn't give a no man or woman did not know what that motherfucker. Yimmy or yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. I don't know, Naughty. Maybe you knew. We didn't know.
It's not my business.
Nobody, for real. Niggas didn't know. Like, so I don't look at you and know if you documented or undocumented. You speaking English, that's not gonna work. So if somebody bring Devious up, she was down there with her hand up. Y'all be tripping. We have Miles in the goo. I thought I sent her an invite. I don't know what happened.
I thought she.
Okay, who was this Lady T? You been harassing the out of me to get on stage. Oh, what's up? Hit the mute button in the far right corner. Far right corner, bottom of your phone is the mute button. Lady T.
I'm trying to multitask. I'm over here hitting this shit like what? You know I don't know how to use this app like that. No,
I don't
I'm
know.
under
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. You've been harassing me to get on
Oh,
stage.
hush. No, because this is a lot to be seen, and I wanted to touch on. Goddamn it.
Okay, well,
No, I
what?
wanted to say about the Carmelo situation. They had also said that that was not their first encounter with those two big back pigs. So my thing is,
Go
hey man,
ahead.
listen,
The
I'm
big
not
back
even about to
pigs.
play
I'm
with these kids.
crying.
These motherfuckers kill me. Oh, it was a lot of words said, but we're not gonna get into that yet because it started with in it and R. Like we know him, like literally. And so he down here sitting in the shade, hot one of you know what I'm saying, chill out. Y'all walk y'all big asses over there, harassing dude. I mean, my thing is if this was reversed and it was two black boys that walked up on the clear man, it wouldn't have been nothing to talk about. Like, you know what I'm saying? And my thing is I kind of disagree with you a little bit, Wack, on the far. I don't think that when he said what he said, he was I'm about to just like shit. You hit me one more time, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I
Oh
gotta
no,
do to
I don't give
defend.
a say in the court of law. In the court of law, when you get warning and due, oh yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah,
In the
facts.
court of law,
That
it's
is
one thing
facts.
if you sitting there and they push up on you and they slap your phone and what you just woo is one thing. Another thing when niggas slap your phone, boom, but you say, do
Mm-hmm.
something again and watch what I do to you. Oh,
Yeah,
that's totally different. It's
that
different.
is true.
But how can they prove he said that?
Right.
Well,
Who
I
said
don't.
he
No,
said that?
no, he did. He said it. Like he even
But
admitted to
who
me. He said
said he
it.
said it?
He
He wrote
said
it.
he
He
said it.
said it, and wrote it in a statement. He said it.
Where's the statement at?
Girl, I don't know. I don't know.
I
He
think
said
that's
it
what I'm
though.
saying. He's young. I'm thinking he think that he thought like, hey, I was trying to give them warning, but you don't realize that that's still like a crime
Not
of
yeah,
passion. You know what I'm
Yeah,
yourself up.
saying? Yeah,
You
exactly.
f***ing
And
yourself
Yeah,
he
up.
didn't.
once
His
he get
parents
that
were
warning, that's
and
intent.
and didn't it happen in your area,
Well,
Johnny?
like she
Johnny, didn't it happen
said,
in
right,
if
right,
he
right.
Texas?
was
He's the one who
white, we
started it.
wouldn't even be having this conversation. The white
Wait,
man,
say what?
Exactly.
if
Wouldn't
the
have been
white
doing it
boy would
about
have
it.
been like, "I'm gonna kill you, nigga," and killed them, it don't matter. He wouldn't have been in jail or none of that. So
Hmm.
at the end of the day, they need to leave. They need to leave us
Here's the
alone.
problem. Here goes the problem. And this is why, when Cap them say we 100 to 200 years behind for being oppressed. Okay, I with that. But see, this is what I don't with. Um, Niggas ain't dumb, and y'all want to make us dumb when it's convenient for whatever it's supposed to turn out to be. Um, if you haven't figured out where you're at, you get what I'm saying? Everybody's supposed to know where they're at. If you ain't figured out you're in the United States of America in 2025 and the pros and cons to the United States of America, and I'm gonna keep it real, that's on your dumb ass. You got coming everything you got coming. If you haven't figured out how to navigate yourself, okay, uh, where am I at? What am I dealing with? All that, well, if it would have been the opposite, you're probably right. But guess what? In 2025, you're supposed to know where the you at. We're in motherfucking United States of America. If I go to Mexico, I know jewelry, Rolexes, all that shit. You leave that shit back in America, nigga. Because they see that shit, they gonna pull that ass over, hem your ass up on the side street, and you ain't gonna have it. Know where the you at. Like, that's it. I mean, shit,
No,
don't
I get
go.
what you're saying.
Yeah, like, all this, what it should be right and what should be wrong, it'll never exist.
Hey,
I
I would
say
think he knew
prove
where the
he
fuck he was
prove
at.
it
Listen,
was
but
Like
they say that
real.
he's in a,
premeditated.
but they say that he was also in a sundown town, so you already know that his area over there is
Okay.
racist.
Is that where he live at?
Exactly.
Yes, in a
I
sundown
say
Yes.
town.
prove it
So
was
he live in a
premeditated.
sundown town.
Yep.
Yes.
So
And
that
why do you
means
think he
he
got a knife on
knows
him at
what he's
school?
dealing with.
Yeah.
You
I ain't
ain't
gonna
just
say
catch
it's
what that
right or
just
wrong, but
happened.
goddamn it,
He had to
at what
protect himself.
at what point in time?
But you
And that's why he killed his ass, because he
have
knew
to
what he
saying
was
though,
dealing with
like,
and he knew
And
what
now we
was
got a
gonna
flying
happen.
I
pig.
mean,
So,
listen, he would have been all right if the nigga. I hope he didn't write that down as a statement that I told him do something again and watch what that. He eliminate that, he got action. If that's in there, they gonna book him.
yeah.
what
And
do you think he can get off with emotional distress if he was constantly being harassed and racial slurs
But see,
every
here
day in
goes the
fear for his
problem.
life?
Here goes the problem.
Hmm.
After he stabbed the nigga, he ran to the police. So why you didn't run to the police before you stabbed the nigga?
right.
Mm.
This
Mm.
where they gonna book him at, right here.
Yeah, they gonna
You
like
ran to the
it could have been
police and
preventable.
said you're scared. So why didn't you run to the police
Before.
prior to?
And that could have happened on
This,
both ends, Whack. Like you said, the white dude, he had no business to go over there. He could have just went to an authority and say, hey, he's over there in the tent, and then they could have handled it. And then the black dude could
yeah,
have also went to the authorities and handled like
yeah,
he's being harassed by the
but
white
when it
guy.
comes down to okay, watch this. Eh, y'all gotta understand, it's a nigga way of doing things and it's the legal way of doing things.
Hmm.
Just because a mother looking at you in our world, we say it's okay to fight. No, that's illegal.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So I hate to say it, if somebody slaps your cell phone out of your hand and law enforcement's right there, right? They're saying you're supposed to report it, call, or go to law enforcement and file a report and give a description, and then let them. This is the law.
So what about when
So
it turned
that's
into
what you gonna
physical?
do,
Because they
Wack.
were
If
pushing
somebody
him.
smack a phone
Okay, I'm
out your
glad
hand,
you just said that.
But they
if
were pushing
somebody
Yeah,
him.
smack a
hold
phone
on,
out
I'm
your
glad
hand,
you
Wack,
just said that. Listen to me, and you're doing it right now. See what I'm doing, right? I can say what you want me to say right now, right?
I'm
And you know
asking
what
you.
it's gonna do? It's going to teach the people down there listening that that's what to do. The legal thing to do is you're supposed to call law enforcement and file a report.
Who doing that?
Oh, see, this is why.
Huh?
This is why right here, when shit happened, we want to blame the white man. We don't want to see.
We don't
I'm,
blame the white
I'm
man. I
giving
don't blame the
instruction.
white man.
Listen, I'm giving instruction on what you're supposed to do, and she says that. Cool, go do that.
You not gonna
Oh,
do that.
but hold on, I want to ask a
I'm just
question. Okay,
telling
so
you what you're supposed to do.
the phone I get, but what about when it gets to the point of physical interaction and they were pushing him? Then
Well,
is
I
there a
don't know
level
nothing
degree of
about
how
the
you should
pushing.
respond?
I don't
Oh,
know that they said the nigga did something with the phone. The little nigga said do something again. Watch what happened. Whatever they did, I don't know. He jugged one of the niggas. Now we go to what extreme was this individual? Was he physically fit? Was he able to fight? Was he able to run, walk away? Was he able to swing? So why did you go to the knife? What about the situation said your life was in danger?
he was outnumbered.
Well, I mean, what you mean? What were both of them doing? Did both of them knock his phone out their hand, or did one of them?
Well, the big brother is the one that instigated it, from what the report said. He went over
So,
there starting the shit
okay, so how did he get to law enforcement after he stabbed him?
because the brother was too busy tending to his brother that had now been jugged, as you said. So he
Where
had
was the
time to run
police
off.
at the game?
Right.
Security ran to somebody. So this is what I'm saying. When you got scared
Oh my goodness.
initially, I'm telling you how I was finna go in court. You can talk this shit all the want. I ain't finna be no nigga talk in the courtroom. Okay,
Facts.
you telling me he knocked the phone out your hand and you were scared. Yeah, okay. Did they have you, did they hold you down? No. Did they have a gun or a knife on you, a taser or anything on you? No. Did they tell you you better not move? We know that's not true because, in fact, the whole prop reason for the argument is they wanted you to move. Here it come. Here it come.
Mm, mm,
See,
mm, mm.
you want to teach the people the nigga. and not keep niggas going in there. You
Mm.
better show them how this shit gonna go. They gonna say, I don't know how to read that book. This the book we use in court. So in fact, their whole reason for approaching you was to get you to move. So you could have in fact left and went and told security. But you made the choice to go to what they call what? Extreme violence.
Mm, 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 mm. Wack always with the comeback.
Did
Always
they
clear the
did they
scene.
no
Shit.
look, did they have you in a compromising position to where you couldn't have left? Come on, Janisha. Miss Emotional.
I'm very emotional. You know
Me
that.
too.
Did they
But
have him in a compromising position
Did
or where he couldn't have left? Were they holding him down? Did they
Oh, I
block
don't
him
know
in?
for real. I've been seeing the stories. I'm just on here really just
Well, I'm saying
being me.
from what I'm seeing or hearing, their whole reason for approaching them is to make him move.
Right, okay. Didn't they knock the phone out of his hand or something like that?
So if you're scared, you got scared after you stabbed him.
Who's
But
saying that he said all of this, that he was scared and stuff?
I mean, they saying it's a statement. I don't
No, but
know
I'm
that.
You
saying
know, this is
he
the
felt
y'all say
threatened.
you have facts and
I
everything
don't
when we
know.
come
They
to
But
the
saying
no,
it's a
floor. Where
statement.
Janisha,
is all this?
Janisha, we would want him to say that, right? Because what is the purpose of him stabbing one of the guys if he did not feel threatened?
But we
right.
would want him, or did he say that?
No, but I'm saying I mean, I'm not for sure, but I think he
I
did
don't
say like
know.
he feared his life. I mean, it's two motherfuckers
I
that's,
would hope he would say he was
Exactly.
in fear
yeah.
of his
I
life.
would
And
hope
his
that
wasn't
he
the
wouldn't,
initial question.
considering Wax said
Why
that
would
it's
you
not
No,
say
no,
gonna.
that?
no,
He
no.
said it's not
Him
gonna make
stabbing
sense.
the look, them approaching him, knocking the phone out, then him stabbing, he got a better shot at it versus they knocking the phone out their hand and then him
Mhm.
saying, do something else and watch what happens.
Right. Okay.
At that
But
point, now you done thought about what you was gonna do.
but wouldn't they be asking him, okay, well, why did you have the knife on you to begin with? We don't know if there was pre
I mean, no, cause that's normal. Everybody got knives on
So
them.
they
to go
said,
to
so
school.
basically they were saying
Yeah,
that the
that's normal.
weapon,
Hell
That's
yeah,
yeah,
it's
they said
everybody
the
pre-care
got.
weapon wasn't
gangster.
really a knife.
Yeah,
They
yeah, they
said
sell them at gas
Yeah,
stations.
that's normal. I don't never. There's always a knife pinned in the side corner of my
Hmm.
pocket. That's just
Hey,
normal.
Wack, they saying allegedly like it wasn't an actual knife. It was one of those things that clean out your cleats for track. Like he had one of
Oh,
those.
that's even
Yeah,
Oh,
better.
that's even better.
yeah,
Absolutely.
That's
Yes.
even
So
better.
that was not premeditated. Yes. Come on, brother. We're trying to
That's
save
better.
you. Get my baby up out of there.
yeah. So I
Shit.
understand. And then they're trying to paint the picture like if he was in a single mom home. No, he had a father, a mother.
That don't mean nothing. I mean, cause most bullies
Hmm.
come from good homes, and they a lot of bullies like that. I mean, you go look at the head of some of these football teams. They be bullied. They got great homes. They ain't got no worries. You got everything. They bullies. That's why they bullies. 'Cause people cater to them. That don't mean shit. It wasn't their place to approach them, but man, I hate to say it. If you really look at the way the law is written, you gotta actually put their hands on you. I think maybe the act of spitting on you could probably be the same as putting their hands on you,
Hmm.
but it could be in your face, talking crazy. And if you strike them, they gonna charge you with assault.
And this Texas
Right.
right too, also right.
What? What'd you say?
This tech, this
Huh?
Texas right.
Yes, it
Oh
is
yeah,
Texas.
yeah.
Oh yeah, what part of Texas did it happen in?
Let me see.
Fredericksville.
Now you got some of these places like Florida and some places they got your stand your ground shit to where if they feel you a threat, they can gun your ass down,
Hmm.
right? But a lot of these places, man, just because we say you can don't mean you can.
I know in Ohio, since they passed that law, they really been letting people off.
What law did they pass?
Buckeyes.
It's like a
Period.
stand your
Period.
ground. Like you can basically defend yourself. My and he He pointed his gun at her and told her he was gonna kill her, and she drove hers. And they didn't charge her or nothing. That shit happened like 2 months ago.
Because it's a threat on him.
Yeah, and then
She feared for her life.
yeah, and then some more shit, some other shit had ended up there, and they just like not even just with a woman and a man, like it could be two niggas. Like it was a bounty hunter. His name was Bounty Hunter Tank. He actually got like on World Star and all this shit. He was going in. He's a Bell's bondsman, and like you don't like you have a warrant or anything out, he'll go find you. He black, big, buff ass nigga too, and he just be kicking people door, acting crazy. He kicked this nigga's door in, and I thought it didn't matter. Like if you was a felon, you still could be charged with it, but all they charged the dude with was weapons under disability, and they dropped the attempted murder charge because he kicked his grandma's door in and he shot him, and now he like paralyzed and shit. He fucked up, but they didn't charge him with it.
Yeah,
See,
but
I
he
had
broke in
gritty.
somebody else's house though. Like he was trespassing, right? He had no warrants or
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah, yeah. But he was coming to get him for a warrant.
Right, but he couldn't trespass inside the house, right? He couldn't go inside the house, right?
Technically on the Bills Bosman, like he could come get you for
He
your
not a
warrant.
legal authority to enter your house,
Yeah,
so he need
he
the
signed he
contact us.
signed all his paperwork and everything for him
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
Oh,
But
okay.
they still deemed it like wrote it off because shit, he was just like, y'all know my history. Shit, I just got out of prison. I'm a felon. Like y'all already know what's
Right.
going on. I thought it was somebody else, and he kept it real. Like
Hey, then
So
the
they
same
didn't.
thing happened.
How he justify having a firearm?
he didn't. He's still in jail. He got charged with weapons under disability. They just dropped the attempted murder and all that.
Oh,
Got
okay, okay. Did something happen to the guy that does the that rides the trucks, the tow trucks?
Our
Remember the
dude, you
one
talking
that
about
got
dude that
famous
be doing
and
that
put
with the
in?
straight faces? Yeah, just grab your shit and leave.
No, he be grabbing people cars
Yeah, I'm
like
saying, like,
viciously.
he'll get your shit while you in it. He don't care. He'll just drive
Yeah,
off.
that's what I'm saying. Like, then something happened to him. He from Cleveland.
Somebody tried to do something to him. I don't remember what happened after that, though.
Yeah, I
Something
heard something
definitely
like
did
that.
happen, though. Somebody
Yeah, I
actually
heard
brought it
something like
towards
that.
him.
Yeah, but it's an unfortunate situation with Carmelo. You know, he definitely had things going on for himself. You know, life was lost, but this is also a lesson learned. Like, you can't
But
just be.
Naughty, sorry, didn't they
Go
say they
ahead.
raised like 300,000 for him, or was that a lie?
No, they did raise money. They just put the GoFundMe account in the chat, if I'm not mistaken.
So
You
did
What
may
they
they
go
trying
charge
have
him
to
to
with
bond him
murder?
out?
huh?
What
They
did he
trying to
charge him
bond
with?
him out?
Or at least help him with his lawyers.
Oh
Yeah, so people is actually they're supporting him for sure.
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because a bond don't really mean shit except you coming home until you go back to court.
Yeah.
Damn.
Definitely praying for him for sure. Like I hope he get, it's just an unfortunate thing. Like,
But yeah, this had we like Wax said, this has been going on in America forever. So
Yeah, love. This shit finna go crazy. This shit finna go crazy.